the same thing sort of happened with Pokemon. I used to love Pokemon. I was a huge Pokemon fan when I was a kid. And a lot of people, everybody liked Pokemon.
Way to blow up that rocket ship.
Thank you. I didn't want to waste the Devastator ammo because it's, too priceless.
It's true.
But like when I was a kid, everybody liked Pokemon. And the people who didn't like Pokemon did like Pokemon and they were lying about it.
Yeah, because they didn't want to seem like nerds because they're jocks or something like that.
And so at some point, the Pokemon Company the Pokemon Company realized that, and they were like, a lot of the people who liked Pokemon, they're adults now, so let's try to aim that towards adults as well as kids, so that the nostalgia value is still there for like everybody.
2 for 1?
I tried. I don't think it did. No.
It was worth it though.
Yeah, I gave it a shot.
I like the attempt.
But the Pokemon Company was like, yeah, let's try to keep everybody here with nostalgia while like attracting new customers.
That's a very smart thing, because the way the games start is very nostalgic for everyone, but new to others. That's a good point.
But the thing about it is that kind of killed Pokemon for me, because like Pokemon was something I liked when I was a kid, and I liked the nostalgia value attached to it. Like I tried playing Pokemon Red a while ago and I couldn't finish it. I tried playing Pokemon Silver and I couldn't finish it. It's like this didn't age well in relation to how I aged.
Yes.
So I like to think of Pokemon as just something that like it was fun as a kid. It's fun to go back and like play it for a little bit to be like, oh yeah,
I played Pokemon Red the other day.
Yeah, I still remember all of the like the Pokemon and the type advantages and stuff. It was a big part of my childhood, but now there's like over 700 Pokemon. It's too much to keep up with, and I kind of turned my back on it because I was like,
it's almost at the point where people will become Pokemon experts and start getting paid for knowing the lore of Pokemon, like comic books. People write about Superman's history.
Yeah.
Because he's just been around so long, and he's almost American mythology is comic books.
You brought this point up a while ago, and it was,
because Americans
don't have heroes of their own.
Exactly. They don't have a Zeus. They don't have a Loki. They don't have those characters. They have Superman. They have Thor. It's just a newer mythology.
Yeah. Well, Superman is like an allegory for God. Like, he's quite often used as like someone who can do things that normal people can't.
He performs miracles. He goes back in time and shit. Yeah, makes sense.
Oh, I remember where this gold bolt is. I'm gonna die doing this though, because I got greedy. Martin. There we go. Now it's through.
Speaking of Martin, do you know? I don't know if you've been watching the new Lethal Weapon. They fired Martin Riggs. They kept Murtaugh, Damon Wayne, but they got rid of Riggs.
Really?
Yeah, he was a good actor, but apparently people were saying he could be a bit of a dick on set.
Oh, so they just didn't like working with him, so they got rid of him?
Exactly. And I think it's getting a bit too sensitive nowadays, because other actors said like he's the nicest guy, but when he works, he expects serious and hard work done.
Yeah.
So like he got to direct one scene, and it ended up getting Marlon Wayans, one of the Wayans brothers, hurt.
Oh, wow.
And it was just like a cut on his eye, but he didn't apologize or say anything.
He was just like, well, that's show business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So shit like that sort of built up, apparently. It wasn't a sexist or anything like that. It was
just an endangerment of other, like, staff members.
Just being a bit too serious. But a lot of actors, that's the actor personality. Because he looks like Brendan Fraser.
He looks exactly like Brendan Fraser.
He was so much more popular at the time. And that's amazing.
No, it's hilarious, yeah. And they're like, oh, what's his name? And so the parents are struggling to remember, and the one guy's like, Ron Livingston. They're like, yes, Ron Livingston. That's it. I don't know. Family Guy does have some. It's
really
moments.
Clever comedy. I just fucking hate the way they design their plots. There is none. It's so loose.
Yeah.
It's just not for me.
I don't know. I'm hit and miss on Family. I can't figure this thing out, man.
I'm like 100% miss.
Really?
Since season 4, I can't stomach it. Like, I get angry. It gets to the point where it's like almost childish how I won't watch Family Guy.
Oh, just out of principle now? You're like, fuck Family Guy.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Like, it could be gold right now. And just because it bugged me so much in the earlier bits, it would take a lot to get me to watch it again.
I'm kind of, I agree with you to an extent. Like, I thought it was bad. Okay, well, I thought it was good, and then I realized it was bad, and then it was bad for a while, and then it got good again for a bit, but now I feel like it's gone back to being, like, I don't know, there was one season that I really liked of, like, the new seasons, just the whole thing was good. Like, there was a good James Woods callback episode. There was a lot of sci-fi Brian and Stewie.
Okay.
I don't know. It was just, after taking like a 6-year hiatus from watching Family Guy, to go back to the newer episodes and be like, oh, okay, all right, I'm into this.
Not as bad as you remembered.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know. Now, wait a second.
Don't you remember the time when I was at McDonald's? And then it just goes back to a lazy joke where it just frames it for itself.
Yeah. I mean, I feel
Bugs me.
I feel like South Park had a big influence on that as well. Like,
oh yeah, the South Park episode really exploited how bad it was.
Yeah, and I feel like the writers felt like they couldn't. Obviously, they would still do what they were doing best, but I feel like at a certain point they probably felt like, oh, no, we have to scrap this joke because South Park pointed out that this is how we write or something. And
I hope
like,
that went through their heads. I hope they were like, oh, this is a good critique of our shit show.
Or at the same time, maybe they were like, well, fuck those guys.
Defiant of it.
We're gonna do more of this humor.
You know
like,
what?
In spite of you.
Simpsons Season 4 is really heavy in that style of humor, but the way they do it is it's not a completely separate joke, but they'll do a flashback of something.
Yep.
And it just adds to the joke. It doesn't create a new one. But they flash back a lot.
Yeah, The Simpsons wasn't averse to cutaway gags.
No.
Bob's Burgers does cutaway gags. Fucking Community did cutaway gags. Like,
and they're really good, well done. But when they're just like, remember when I did this, and then it's a different joke and it doesn't make sense to the plot, and it's just...
It's only like slightly related to what happened.
If any, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. A lot of the jokes in Family Guy that make me laugh aren't the written jokes, but they're the visual gags.
Okay.
So one of the funniest things I've ever seen in Family Guy personally is in, I think it's like season 1 or 2, but he's taking the family out for a picnic, and he's like laying out a picnic blanket by flashing it, and out of nowhere a bull comes up and rams him because it was a red blanket. That made me almost piss myself laughing because it was so unexpected.
See, I'd really enjoy that if I was drunk and high and watching TV by myself.
Yeah.
If I was watching with someone else, because when I watch with other people, I pay more attention to the plot, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I was like 12 when I saw that, but even still.
Yeah, it would probably make me laugh.
Well, and that's the thing. There's nothing wrong with a visual gag either. Like, it's pretty lowbrow humor.
I'm totally fine with the lowest of the lowbrow humor.
But then again, you look at something like Arrested Development, which had physical comedy gags, but they weren't considered cheap. A lot of them
like
were...
Tobias's hair transplants when he gets super sick and just falls off like the second floor with his wheelchair and shit.
GVH, the Graph versus Host. So good. Man, I love that show so much.
I still haven't watched the new season.
I'm probably not going to. And I want to remember it as it was and just let it die at season 3.
Well, there's been the rumors of that movie forever. I guess that died and they went Netflix route? Is that what happened?
An Arrested Development movie?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, there's been rumors of it forever. And then the Netflix
yeah.
series came, so I'm wondering if the movie got scrapped.
I'm sure the movie got nixed, only because, like...
And they went with Netflix instead? That'd be my guess.
Portia de Rossi or whatever her name, de Rossi, I don't know how to pronounce
Ellen DeGeneres'
wife, yeah.
Yeah.
She quit acting.
Because?
She just didn't enjoy it anymore, I guess. But yeah, she...
That's so stupid to me to just say you quit something. Like, just be like, no, I'm not acting right now. I just don't feel like it.
Well, I think she retired just because she was sick of doing so. Because, like, she's getting up there in years now, too, right?
Oh,
like,
for sure.
I mean, Harrison Ford's still acting, and he's in his 70s, but I don't know, maybe she's just like, I don't need to do this anymore, I don't want to do this anymore, I gotta focus on
I get if you don't want to do it, but, like, I feel like some sets would actually be fun. Like, you could work with people you liked and just be like, I only do limited parts.
Perhaps we could obtain a ship in there.
Great idea. Let's go.
I do like though that she... Oh, Star Fox mission.
Yep.
Nice.
There's a lot of these.
Really? This is the first one we've had?
No, third.
Serious?
Yeah, like flying around and shooting shit. I'm pretty sure this is the third. It might be the second.
Probably the second. I don't remember that much. Where's your dodge?
I dodge?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I can barrel roll.
Yeah, well you should do that instead of getting hit by missiles.
I don't really care. I mean, it's not like this is a hard boss to beat.
Oh no?
He's gonna suck cannon at me. Or this is a tractor beam, blow up these. while like swooping around and getting them. No big deal. Swooping back, swooping around and getting them.
Star Fox is a great game.
I love. You know what? I've been meaning to buy the Star Fox 64 remake on the 3DS.
Oh, I didn't know there was a remake. That's cool.
Yeah, 64 got remade like in 3D, and
make a new good one already. Fuck.
Well, they tried with Star Fox Zero, and it was like really hated because it was for the Wii U, and like you have to play it by looking at the gamepad and like moving it around like a first person, but then you look in the screen and see the third person up there, or something like that.
Yeah,
I've never played it, but I know it people didn't like it.
Yeah, Star Fox, cause you're a pilot, it's more of a controller-based thing. Like, pilots don't flap their wings to fucking fly.
Yeah.
They sit in a booth and control mechanisms and buttons like a player would a controller.
Yeah.
So it's more realistic in that scenario to have a fucking controller than to, like, have to shake your hand or something. It's just counterintuitive and dumb.
Oh, exactly. Well, I mean,
It's like to roll in Donkey Kong when I shake my goddamn hand.
yeah, you're not down with that game, eh?
Boo.
I don't like it either.
I like Super Donkey Kong for the Super Nintendo,
Donkey
which is
Kong
just
Country?
Donkey Kong. Yeah.
Yeah, Donkey Kong Country Returns. I mean, there are so many buttons that they could just use, man. Like, there's so many buttons right there on the controller that go totally underutilized because they're trying to force their fucking waggle tech. And it sucks.
It must have been like a Wii. It was obviously a Wii exclusive.
No,
which is
they remade it for the 3DS to use buttons, and it was a huge hit.
Okay.
Huge hit, like bigger than it was on the Wii.
because that would make sense. That
Because they're buttons instead of fucking shaking sticks around like a fool.
yeah, that makes sense.
There we go. Come on, Captain Quark, just die in your dumb ship already.
Is he actually gonna
There
die?
we go. Yeah.
Oh,
His
that
HP
sucks.
was like nothing for so long.
I figured he'd somehow snake his way out of this, though. He's like Zap Brannigan. He just doesn't die. He sucks at his job and just keeps getting promoted.
I read a fan theory where like Zap Brannigan is actually like he's playing the fool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Despite my earlier criticism, I must admit your piloting skills are improving.
I knew you'd come around.
But that has not helped us locate Drek.
Come on, Clank. Can't you just once relax and enjoy a little success?
Uh-oh, you trailed off.
Hey, you want to catch Drek? Betcha this baby can do it.
Probs.
Oh, and here's a little more info bot for us. Hey, yeah, let's go kill this guy too.
Yeah.
Now you are ducking. This robot's pretty evil.
Yeah, that's true, eh? He's pretty quick on killing that guy.
He's very motivated. There's no
Yeah.
justice. It's just, let's get him.
So I didn't get the gold bolt here. So I'm gonna fly back to the oh, am I not at the beginning? I don't remember where the gold bolt was. Okay, futurist cut, because I need to fly to a different planet than fly back. What happened was, the Bloody Mary episode had a picture of the a scene where the Bloody Mary shits blood on the Pope's face. That was going to air like a couple days before Christmas. And they were like, okay, that's just gonna bum people out. Wait a little bit and then air it. Like, we'll air a rerun this week, but then next week after Christmas.
That makes sense. You know what? They still show it, but they're just like, you know what? The timing just isn't right.
Yeah, that was Trey and Matt's call, where they're just like, we have no problem offending people, but like,
We don't want to ruin everyone's fucking Christmas or piss off a bunch of
off people right
Catholics.
before Christmas, and yeah.
Have a bunch of people stick their head in the oven.
That was their call. Which honestly, given they've seen at that point there was like Jesus doing crazy ass shit too. You know, they're like it's okay to make fun of Jesus, but I don't know. The Bloody Mary or the statue of the Virgin Mary shitting blood on the Pope's face might be a little bit too much. In fact, I don't know. I've watched a lot of like South Park commentaries and stuff, and
Still an odd call. I still think shitting in the Pope's face.
oh, it's
Blood
super
is
funny.
hilarious.
All right, well, fucking Gemlik base is all done. I mean, besides skill points, but we're not going for those. We got a badass purple ship.
Nice.
Let's see. Everything done. Shoot down Captain Quark. Found one of one. Next place is the Gorda City Ruins on Oltanis. Oh, we were in the Oltanis orbit. Now we're going to the actual Oltanis planet.